challenge he didn't complete was 1997 when Jeff Emig won the title over Jeremy by only 6 points. But Jeremy has really surfaced and stayed on the top of the surface. And I think most people agree that this year he'll see more waves of challenges coming at him than ever before. And I think my broadcast partner David Bailey agrees with me.
Absolutely. And you know, each year we think of a couple of guys who can probably challenge Jeremy down the stretch, but every year about the midway point he's got a 25-point lead. He can stay home for a week and still maintain the points lead. This year's different. There's a handful of guys that have a legitimate chance of wrestling this championship away from McGrath. I've never been this excited for the opening round. This will be the most exciting year in Supercross ever.
David Villeman really put the heat on McGrath early last season, beating him twice in the first 4 rounds. Villeman knows better than most that Jeremy can be beat. Now he's got to keep the heat on for the entire season.
I want to keep in my mind that I don't want to crash. I don't want to be like over the limit, you know. I just want to stay safe, and because the series is very long, you cannot win the race, the championship here, but you can lose it.
Perhaps the hottest rider right now is Ricky Carmichael. He won the 250 Outdoor National Championship and the U.S. Open, taking home $100 grand. Carmichael challenged McGrath at times last year, but the conditioning wasn't there. Now Carmichael's in the best shape of his life, and Jeremy's hands will be full.
As you guys know, I got a trainer last year, and we worked our butt off in the off-season, you know, preparing physically and mentally. And, you know, with just those 2 strategies helps a lot. And my bike is a lot better this year, which helps out.
Last year, much of the Challenger hype centered around Ezra Lusk. That excitement and anticipation quickly ended with a practice crash here at the opening round. After sitting out for a year, Lusk has had plenty of time to think about what it takes to win his first Supercross title.
You know, in the last couple of years, it's been me and Jeremy, and then RC came in the picture, David Villeman, and now Pastrana. You know, it's just so much hoopla about who's going to win the next race or win the next championship, and you know, that's really not on my mind right now. I want to go out, I want to have fun, I want to do what I used to do when I was a kid, and I want to live this ride right now and have fun doing it.
Mike LaRocco went to Europe this fall and came home with the World Supercross Championship. If he can work on the first 5 laps of the race, LaRocco will be a factor as he was last year.
I want to win races first of all, and then work on the series. So, I mean, I'm not looking at this any differently because I'm older, or you know, maybe I'm looking at it with more experience. But same philosophy. I know you need to win races. I know you need to be consistent, and I know you need to start right away. So, you know, it's kind of the same deal. It's another year.
Kevin Windham has switched bikes, leaving Honda at the end of the year to ride for Suzuki. He looks confident on his new ride. He seems to be having a lot more fun with Travis Pastrana by his side.
And the bike's just been working great for me. I can put it wherever I want to when I'm on the track, and it's definitely got the powers that I need. And you know, all my expectations have been met and exceeded. So now it's my turn to fulfill all the ones that Suzuki has for me.
Despite their confidence, the most confident rider in the pits remains the hunted, Jeremy McGrath. Davey Coons visited with him earlier today.
That's right, David. And Jeremy, it seems like every year we make the trek over to your truck to ask you who's going to be your primary competition for the title. So what's the 2001 version?
Well, I think it's shaping up to have some of the greatest racing that we've seen in past years, but I would say that my strongest competitor is probably going to be David Villeman from Team Yamaha. And of course, Ezra, you never know. He's fast at times, and everyone says Ricky's riding really well. As far as I'm concerned, I'm just going to try and do my own thing just like I have in the past, and try and win a lot of races and not worry about the rest of the competition.
Speaking of your own thing, during the off season, you took on the added responsibility of putting together your own race team. Has that been a distraction as you prepare for your 8th Supercross championship?
Fortunately, I have Larry Brooks, who's been my team manager for the past 3 years at Chaparral, and you know, him along with my parents and a few other people have really taken the weight off my shoulders. You know, I'm still able to focus and get ready to race. I've had 2 strong months with Gary Semix out here now, and you know, I haven't had it hasn't changed much at all.
We get right to the opening qualifier when we return to EA Sports Supercross presented by Speed Stick.
tortilli. How about an autograph?
The Winter X Games presented by Mountain Dew. Coverage begins February 2nd on ESPN.
I see a little silhouette of a kind.
Mountain Dew, time to do the slam dunk go. Citrus taste and quenching, very, very exciting me. Fantastico, Figaro. Here we go.
EA Sports Supercross presented by Speed Stick is brought to you by Honda, the company that defines performance on two wheels. Performance first. By the completely new EA Sports Supercross, now available at your PlayStation. EA Sports, it's in the game. And by Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and ATVs. Welcome back to Anaheim as we get ready for our first qualifying heat of the 250s. This is going to be a fascinating heat as the board goes sideways. Number 199, Travis Pastrana, making his 250 debut after winning the 125 National Motocross Championship. It is underway. David Villeman, a great break right immediately, gets the whole shot in this first heat race.
He got shot out of there like he was on a four-stroke 426.
David Villeman doing a great job in timing that gate just perfectly, but it looked like he had a little extra rocket power out of there. And right behind him is number 11, Ezra Lusk, back from that injury that put him out for most of the year.
Good start for Steve Lamson on that Husqvarna. It's been a long time since we saw a Husqvarna in a Supercross. He's running in third.
On the Yamaha is David Villeman, number 934, our leader.
Tell you what, Lusk is all over him. Look at this.
Here comes Lusk. He took him on the whoop section. He's got a good angle in the turn. The block pass. Ezra Lusk, but here comes Villeman back again. A return block pass, and Villeman regains the lead.
Villeman did not appreciate that. Lusk didn't do anything wrong, but the way he block passed him, Villeman had to actually go off the track around one of those tough blocks. Came right back. I don't know where he got that from.
8 laps in our 250 heat qualifying rounds. The top 4 advancing to the main event. Here comes Ezra Lusk. Lusk with another great move. Oh, a back and forth battle immediately here in the 250s.
Well, for anyone who was wondering how Lusk was going to do after all that time off, here's your answer. He's taking it to Villeman, who took it to Jeremy last year.
What a great comeback after injuring, breaking his shoulder in the practice round before last year's event. Lusk making another move as Villeman recaptures the lead. Pastrana's back in 7th place, but all the action is up front. Villeman, Lusk exchanging leads back to back, and a great move in the whoops by Ezra Lusk, and a little bobble by Villeman.
It's the second time in a row that Lusk was able to get through that whoop section much cleaner. Now he's got enough of a lead. He doesn't have to play this block pass game. Be anxious to see now if Villeman is able to make it up. It seems to me like Ezra's a little bit faster.
Ezra Lusk injured before the main event opener here in Anaheim last year.
And right about this area of the racetrack, right there is where that all occurred last year. Gets through there clean and starts to stretch it out. Pastrana.
Ezra Lusk and David Villeman, 1 and 2, and it's Mike LaRocco has now moved into 3rd.
But the crowd is going bananas for this battle right here.
That's right. Number 199, Travis Pastrana, just passing Steve Lamson.
The first lap to this loop section, he just about went over the handlebars. He since regrouped, got around Roncada and Lamson. He's starting to close in on the leaders a little bit.
Pastrana saying before the race, hey, I'm just looking for a third-place type finish. I'm going to stay upright. But, you know, his kind of personality, is pretty hard to do that.
Well, that's the strategy, of course, but Travis isn't wired that way. As soon as the gate drops, that adrenaline takes over, and he can't help it. He's so aggressive. That's what makes him so exciting to watch.
Here's a great rivalry. 199, Travis Pastrana, and Stefan Roncada is behind him, number 21, on the Kawasaki. We'll be back with more EA Sports Supercross right after these important words.
We're here at the biggest deal of the year. Party time at Page Time, and they're kicking things off with a blast. For a limited time, get a free numeric pager. Get the message? They're free. Plus, get a huge local coverage area and 2 months of free voicemail.
What a great way to keep in touch with friends and family.
But hurry, this party is just about over. It's simple. It's Page Time.
That we guarantee you'll get the results you want in 6 weeks or less. And you can own one with no money down and payments as low as $33 per month. Bowflex is real. The results are real. The question is, are you ready for Bowflex? For a free video and brochure, call or go online at bowflexdirect.com. Do the research, listen to real customers, then place your order online and get started. Bowflex. Who said change isn't easy?
This weekend, Saturday at 1 on ESPN2, it's Florida's best taking on the rest of the nation in the Rotary All-Star Classic presented by Tyco. Then at 4 on ESPN, Tim Hasselbeck and Bart Hendricks clash in the East-West Shrine Game. Sunday at 8 on ESPN, it's the final round of the Mercedes Championships. Also at 8 on ESPN2, the Avalanche battle the Blackhawks on the ice. Do you have all the ESPN networks?
EA Sports Supercross presented by Speed Stick returns, and we've got a great battle going on between Mike LaRocco and Travis Pastrana, and Travis Pastrana makes an easy pass. He blew by Mike LaRocco into third. Ezra is still out in front with Villeman in second, but this guy has provided the excitement for this sellout crowd here in Anaheim.
And it's not over yet, Art. He rode a real shaky first few laps of this heat race, but now he's starting to pick up the pace, and he's closing on Villeman. There's time for him to catch him.
Pastrana coming all the way from 8th place, David.
The first lap was ugly. I don't think he ever wants to see that lap on film. Just move on to what he's doing now. Now it's starting to click.
Top 4 qualifying, and Pastrana has moved LaRocco back into that 4th spot with Stefan Roncada on the bubble in 5th.
No problem through the lappers, splits them. You see Villeman in the corner right ahead of him.
Davy's down where a lot of the excitement is. Trackside, take it away, Davy.
You guys remember last year we saw Travis make his 125 debut, crashing everywhere, trying to do tricks and stuff? Well, today he showed his maturity. He had to ride an afternoon qualifier. He won by a mile, but you know what? Not one trick. Everyone in the stands is waiting for the King of the X Games to do something, and he didn't. Travis is going to wait till he wins this year.
Picking up space right now on David Villeman with time running out. 2 laps to go here in our qualifier. The fans are so excited right now as Pastrana keeps edging up toward last year's 2nd place finisher behind Jeremy McGrath in the points race. Pastrana now getting within striking distance. Can Villeman hold him off? No! Pastrana is making a fabulous debut in the 250s. Villeman, after a big battle with Lusk, now has another one with Pastrana going on, and here comes Pastrana through the ropes.
Talk about maturity. He saw Villeman coming into the corner, knew he had to brake early and square back underneath him. He was able to do that and pass him right back.
The white flag is out. 1 lap to go. Travis Pastrana now in 2nd place behind Ezra Lusk.
You would think Travis has been riding the 250 class for 3 years now, the way he looks. He is so steady. And I'm supposed to be the expert. And I'll tell you what, Art, it's really difficult to figure out exactly where and why Travis is making up so much time. He's able to do it everywhere on the racetrack.
Travis Pastrana now leading his way through the lap riders.
No way he's going to catch Lusk with the time left. Lusk has a tremendous lead, but Travis, the last lap, went 102 to Ezra's 103, so the pace is getting fast.
Ezra Lusk with some terrific lap times. The lad from Atherton, Georgia, trying to get back after a season of misery with injuries, including a broken shoulder. There's our leader, Ezra Lusk, number 11. And Ezra takes the checkered flag. What a great feeling that's got to be inside. And here comes Travis Pastrana to the cheers of the fans.
How about that? Just like Davey said, what a great ride and a reason to celebrate, and all you get is a fist in the air. He's all business. Well, till there. Got a little note.
Let's check out the results now in the top 4 qualifiers that will go directly to the main event. Ezra Lusk, of course, tops the list. And Travis Pastrana discussing the strategies there as they weed around toward the pit area. Pastrana in second, David Milliman taking third, Mike LaRocco qualifying in fourth. Stefan Roncada and the rest of the crew have to go to the semis.
Ezra, I know you sat out all last year, but all through the month of December, we heard you were putting in some amazing lap times at the Honda test track. Looks like you really were.
Yeah, I have. You know, we've been working really, really hard on getting these bikes dialed in, and our production team has put in a lot of effort. Dave Arnold and those guys helped us out with the bike this year. I was pretty surprised myself. I rode that good. I was super relaxed, and the crowd really pulled me up there. I mean, they were so awesome, and just the Honda and Scott Fox, these guys helped out a lot.
Good job. Good to have you back, Yogi.
Thanks a lot.
Yogi had a lap time of 1 minute 2 seconds 0.9, whereas Pastrana had a faster lap, 102.4. Can Jeremy McGrath match that in Heat 2 coming up?
When Suzuki introduced the original 4-stroke DR350 and dual sport 350, it rocked motorcycling. Now, it's happening all over again. Introducing the all-new DRZ400 and DRZ400S from Suzuki. 4-stroke thunder. On-road or off.
Look, this is a dirty fuel injector. This is a clean one. As you can see, cleaner works better. That's why I use STP fuel injector cleaner in my car. I add STP every time I change my oil. STP, it's basic car maintenance.
It's hard to overstate Michael Jordan's greatness.
He doesn't hold anything back.
We got a brouhaha here. Phil Jackson was never the coach of that team. Jordan was the one they feared.
Everybody made money through Michael Jordan.
I think he remains angry that the gambling is what people tried to bring him down on.
Michael Jordan, Sports Century, the top 50 and beyond. This Monday at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on ESPN Classic. You can only see Sports Century by calling 1-800-CLASSIC today.
Our Honda flashback for this week takes us to last year's opener in Anaheim, where Jeremy McGrath left no doubt that the championship for 2000 would have to go through him once again. This didn't mean that winning the opener came easy for the sports icon. Ricky Carmichael took the whole shot and the early lead. Jeremy coming from a 5th-place start past Mike LaRocco and Kevin Windham to challenge Carmichael. Carmichael reached back, turning the race into an outstanding back-and-forth bar-to-bar battle. Conditioning finally became a factor for Ricky, who had only been riding for 2 weeks after breaking his shoulder in 2 places during practice. Jeremy led the final 15 laps for his 61st Supercross victory. It was a credit to his staying power, becoming the first rider in Supercross history to have 3 years go by between opening season victories. Of his 7 championship seasons, it would be the 4th time Jeremy started the season off with a win. That's our Honda flashback of the week.
Welcome back to the 250 scene as Jeremy McGrath, Kevin Windham, Ricky Carmichael, Damon Huffman, Heath Voss, Kyle Lewis, and the group get ready for the second heat of action.
There you see McGrath, the king. After 7 championships, then you'd wonder where his motivation is, but he's still the favorite. There's Windham, number 14, Nick Way, Carmichael.
And our second heat is underway. Carmichael to the inside. But it's the Suzuki of Kevin Windham. along with Jeremy McGrath. McGrath with a brilliant move in the first turn and the second turn to get up to battle for the lead with Wyndham. Wyndham, number 14 on the Team Suzuki. Jeremy McGrath with his own team, Mazda Yamaha.
Now the three heavyweights out front. Carmichael at the tail end of it, and he's not going to like that. He's going to make this an interesting race.
There's Jeremy McGrath taking over the lead against Kevin Wyndham, with Ricky Carmichael now to challenge Wyndham.
Oh, little mistake. You don't see those very often, but look at that. Doesn't even lose time. Right back into his rhythm. All the way over that plateau right in front of Wyndham, letting him know, hey, I can blow it and still jump all this stuff.
Jeremy McGrath trying to make a statement here. After the crowd went crazy with Pastrana and Lusk, now they can get crazy with Wyndham and Jeremy McGrath exchanging the lead once, maybe twice.
Wyndham being polite right there.
He slipped out on the inside.
Well, I'll tell you what, Carmichael's going, Kevin, what are you doing? If that was me, I would have cleaned his cloth. He really gave Jeremy a lot of room right there. I think that could be a sign of confidence. Artie's going, you know what, I don't need to get him right here. I'll stay with him and get him somewhere else. He's still right there.
The top three riders we're looking at right now coming to this opening round with renewed sense of confidence. Jeremy McGrath really likes his old mechanic Skip Norfolk coming back, and Ricky Carmichael, who's making a move now on Kevin Wyndham, is on a roll. He's officially won 8 races, his last 8 races. That's counting the Motocross the Nations, bringing the glory back to America this year.
Right. Carmichael has peaked for this race, maybe too soon. He's been dying to get this race started. Right now, he's got to look at the guys he's got to worry about for the main event. McGrath starting to inch away so slightly. He's so patient. He knows he doesn't have to pull away a lot each lap. As long as he inches away a little bit, he starts to put a little bit of doubt in these guys' heads.
It's a tight race in the top 3, and number 4 in the final qualifying position is Heath Voss, last year's privateer of the year. Jeremy McGrath, an unusual mistake, and Wyndham and Carmichael jump over him.
That big double has been a problem for a lot of riders tonight, because you got a turn coming right into it and a turn right after.
Well, Wyndham won at Yamaha. He won races for Honda, and now he's with Suzuki. He won his 6th career victory last year at Texas Stadium, along with 7 podiums. He was never worse than 8th place last year, but never seemed to get up into the contending position to battle McGrath.
Now, I believe what he was worried about doing was getting through the whole season without an injury. Now that he's done that, he's on a bike that seems to suit him. He said he feels really good on a Suzuki. He was actually surprised at how comfortable he felt right away. We're starting to see some of that right here.
What a wild night, and here comes McGrath as he's trying to challenge Ricky Carmichael. It's a race to the checkers when EA Sports Supercross continues.
Supercross. With moves like these, you need protection that won't quit. Speed Stick Ultimate. Powerful, long-lasting protection to keep you covered, even if there are some bumps in the road. So go for it. You've got the heavy-duty protection you need as you blaze your own trail. Speed Stick Ultimate.
There's never been anything like it. Delta Airlines introduces the new Delta SkyMiles credit card. It's the only card that can always give you double miles at these places every day. Just watch how quickly those double miles add up to your free vacation travel. Always double miles from Delta. Now, isn't that a breath of fresh air? Call 1-800-SkyMiles to apply now. There's never been anything like it. Delta Airlines introduces the new Delta SkyMiles credit card. It's the only card that can always give you double miles at these places every day. Just watch how quickly those double miles add up to your free vacation travel. Always double miles from Delta. Beautiful, isn't it? Call 1-800-SkyMiles to apply now.
It's the first Grand Slam of the year, and it's only on ESPN and ESPN2. The world's best are back, up close, down under. The Australian Open begins tomorrow at 11 p.m. on ESPN2.
Back Back in Anaheim, California, Team Suzuki's Roger DeCoster looks on after Travis Pastrana took a second place in the opening qualifying heat of the 250s. His yellow bike, number 14, with Kevin Windham aboard, is about to win the second heat here. He is in first place. Let's take a look now as Carmichael is in second, and Jeremy McGrath seems to be fading a little bit in third.
This is where he made the mistake. He goes over this plateau over the next jump. But watch his timing here. It comes up a little short. He gets squirrely, almost goes off the racetrack. Manages to save it. Pretty much anybody else would have gone off the track and had to turn around right there. Jeremy salvaged something, was able to stay with this battle.
And now we got the battle for second place as Jeremy McGrath tries to get back into the action. Windham out in front. Carmichael trying to hold off in the whoops. Jeremy McGrath. McGrath to the pass. Carmichael the angle. That is a great section back and forth before the finish line jump.
All Jeremy really needs to do is let Carmichael know he's there and not let these guys go back to the pits after this heat race and feel like they're faster than he is. He's got to put the pressure on.
Jeremy McGrath is trying for a record 79th consecutive start, missing only one round in his career in 8 years. He would qualify regardless of finishing second or third.
Now here's what I'm seeing happening. Normally Kevin's able to get out, and as long as he has a good lead, there's no problem. These guys are starting to pick up the pace behind him in their own battle. It's closing in on Kevin.
Here comes McGrath in the loop section. Oh, not much room. He sneaks by, scraping a little plastic with Ricky Carmichael.
This is what I feared for Kevin. He's okay as long as he doesn't have to deal with a lot of pressure. Now he's starting to have to deal with that big number 1 back there, and he can pump up, get tight, and throw it all away.
Only less than 2 laps remaining now. As they go to the finish line jump, we'll see the white flag. DeCoster concerned. Windham looks back. Not a good sign for Kevin Windham. The white flag is out. It's a one-on-one battle with the greatest Supercross champion of all time.
McGrath had to turn the fastest lap so far in order to get there at 102.3, a tenth faster than Pastrana in Heat 1.
Kevin Windham now. Just trying to beat the track.
I guarantee you that's what he would like to be focusing on right now, but it's impossible.
Like a rocket. Bar to bar as they go over the jump. And Kevin Windham goes back with better timing to the inside.
He couldn't give it to him there. He had the inside. He had to control it.
Lappers get out of the way. As Ricky Carmichael goes down in third. Kevin Windham, Jeremy McGrath, all eyes are out front right now as Ricky Carmichael gets up and gets that bike started again. Good control in the whoops for Windham. But can he hold off Jeremy McGrath? The brakes are applied. It's very slick out there. The checkers, Windham, bang! McGrath, bang! And Roger DeCoster has taken a second and a third for his Team Suzuki crew, with Pastrana and Windham coming through as the pilots.
It's a big boost for Kevin. You see the respect right there, but I think what Jeremy served was notice that he is faster than these guys. He made a mistake. He was able to catch back up, almost win it. He's doing little cross-ups right there. He knows he's right where he needs to be.
Checking out the results sponsored by Suzuki. Kevin Windham, the winner. Jeremy McGrath in second. Ricky Carmichael getting back up after going down, taking third. And the final qualifier out of this heat number 2 was Nathan Ramsey, the Yamaha Troy rider, on a 4-stroke.
Kevin, well, I know it's only one race, but I got to tell you, yellow looks good on you.
Yeah, I know, and you know, I always say in the sport that one race goes a long ways, and it feels good for me to start the season out here with a win with, you know, the competition I had in that heat, and you know, with both heats actually together, I think the main is going to be unbelievable tonight.
What about that pressure you were getting from Jeremy? I mean, toward the end there, it was awful close.
Yeah, and you know, I was riding a little bit tight with it being my first race out there on the new bike and stuff, but the Suzuki definitely didn't let me down. Now I just got to stay strong for myself and for all the guys that have been putting all the work behind me.
Well, this has got to be a very early confidence booster for you.
Yeah, I tell you, you know, it was only a heat race. We got the main still to go, but what better way to start it off than that? Thanks.
Windham and Luss declare they're ready to contend for the championship honors after winning the season's opening heat races. This is EA Sports Supercross presented by Speed Stick.
Hold on! I'm coming for you!
The Suzuki King
Quad is the only all-terrain vehicle that has a 3-speed sub-transmission and locking front differential that allows you to transfer power equally to all 4 wheels to get you where you need to go.
I'm coming!
I almost lost you there. The King Quad from Suzuki.
Hi there, neighbors. We know you're busy unpacking, so June here's cooked you up a real feast. Turkey meatloaf.
Actually, we're vegetarians.
Both. But don't be silly. Everybody loves meatloaf.
Thanks a lot.
Bye.
Ameritrade, huh? Yeah, we invest online, too.
Oh, now this is pretty.
Oh, hey, don't mind us. You know, we only pay 29 bucks a trade.
We only pay $8 a trade.
Honey, we got a couple of tadpoles in our hands.
You see, kids, $8 a trade is all fine and dandy, but what else do you get? You can bet your patootie. Not much.
Not much, except email alerts.
24-hour customer service, free research, but you probably knew that already.
Who are those people?
I'm Ken.
I'm June. Oh,
We're the Johnsons.
Open a cash account with $500 and get 50 internet equity trades at half the commission in the first 3 months. Go to Ameritrade.com. Ameritrade. It's how you get somewhere on Wall Street.
This January, it begins.
If I couldn't win, I definitely wouldn't be out here.
Prepare yourself.
I'm looking to do a lot better this year than last year.
You've never seen anything like this.
Bar to bar, we go into the triple.
EA Sports Supercross.
It's been my dream my entire life to come out and race professional races.
The ultimate motorcycle racing series explodes nationwide, so get tickets now.
We just got to get the season started and let things happen.
The crowd can't believe what they're seeing. Welcome back to the opening round of EA Sports Supercross here in Anaheim, California. You can keep up with Supercross during the week on the internet. Make sure you check out Supercross on the web, live play-by-play Saturday nights, and chat sessions with the top riders on Thursday nights on ESPN.com. Well, there are all kinds of sports stars and celebrities on hand. Davey's having fun trackside with them.
Guys, I'm down here on the infield with Major League Baseball Player of the Decade, Cincinnati Reds, Ken Griffey Jr. Ken, is this your first Supercross?
Yeah, it's my first Supercross. You know, I get a chance to watch them on TV, but you know, I got a few things out here in California, and I said, well, you know, I called some people, and they said, yeah, I'd like to go, and so I'm here, so I'm very excited. It's a lot of fun, especially now they got the kids out there. Hopefully my son can do it in a couple weeks. We go to Indy.
That'd be really cool. Does your son race at all?
No, he just started about a year ago riding, and you know, he loves it, and he's gone through like 4 bikes since then, so, you know, his next stop is to go out there and race with these guys.
All right, well, enjoy your night.
Thank you.
Junior followed his dad's footsteps to baseball, but Junior's son appears hooked on Supercross. By the looks of this sellout crowd, some 50,000 here in Anaheim, you'd be wise to get your tickets to upcoming shows in your area soon. There's nothing better than EA Sports Supercross in person. Next weekend, we're back here in Anaheim, then it's over to Phoenix for round 4 before returning to this hotbed of Supercross in Southern California. Joining us now is the newest member of our broadcast team, Cameron Steele.
Well, by the looks of things here under these Suzuki tents with all these Suzukis in the background, you might have thought that Suzuki invested a whole bunch of money in a backup squad for Travis Pastrana. I'm here to tell you that he doesn't need a backup squad. What this is a 2001 crossover event presented by Suzuki. The best athletes in crossover sports. What that means, wakeboarders, BMXers, maybe skateboarders. I know we have a couple professional baseball players here, and also celebrities. Mark Paul Gosler's here, he's an actor. We also have Kobe Mikasic, a wakeboarder. Brian Lopes, champion downhill mountain biker. All those guys are going to get on these bikes equally prepared, and they're going to go out on the Supercross track. The guys like Jeremy McGrath and Travis Pastrana are going to do battle on and try to race it out. I have a feeling they might be racing the course more than the other riders, but it should be a great time.
When you're sitting up in the stands, everything looks effortless for those guys, and you know that's their job. They're pros, and they make it look easy. And you get out there, and you get a whole different perspective for the whole sport. Everything's a lot bigger and a lot more peaked out than it looks from the stands.
To come out and be able to participate in something like this is, you know, it's incredible for me, and you know, I look forward to it every year.
It's awesome to get out there, and you can really appreciate what those guys are doing because all those jumps are insane.
I've been riding motocross for, you know, almost 20 years or so. I'm showing my age now, but I don't know. I love the sport, man. It's like going 10 rounds with Mike Tyson, you know. came for one thing, and it's this big old trophy right here, the 2001 crossover event presented by Suzuki. Killer. Kevin Barta comes in second overall, but his team takes the big win. Davenport, the snowboarder, Brian Lopes, the downhill mountain biker. You must have had a great time out there, and you were worried about your boys in back there?
Hoping they can back me up on that one. It was a lot of fun. I just thank Suzuki for this. This is great. Just to get a chance to get out here and see how hard it is, because when you watch them on TV, make it look so easy, and it's not even close to the case.
Some of those guys were pretty darn good. During the 250 semifinal qualifying rounds, 10 more riders qualified for the main event. 125 champion Stefan Roncada debuted on the 250s for his new team Kawasaki, winning the first semi. And then NewEdgeSports.com team owner Jeff Emming saw one of his riders, Michael Byrne from Australia, jump out to the lead after getting the whole shot in the second semi. Byrne loses it, though, in spectacular fashion on lap 4. Nick Way, Yamaha Troy 125 East rider, and Heath Ross, last year's Privateer of the Year, got by. Byrne did make it to the main event in fourth behind Emming's other rider, Casey Johnson. Well, it's the run for the big bucks when we get back to Anaheim, California.
Tuscarora Mill is Loudoun's favorite restaurant and is also a great place for business and social gatherings. Whether it's an all-day corporate event or a rehearsal dinner, Tuskie's has the perfect banquet facilities. Choose from 2 rooms, the wine cellar or the garden room, both equally spacious and charming. And let the Tuskie's staff take care of all your banquet needs, from theme dinners to wine tastings. For groups of 15 or 150, call Tuscarora Mill, a Loudoun favorite for over a decade.
We're here at the biggest deal of the year, party time at Page Time, and they're kicking things off with a blast. For a limited time, get a free numeric pager. Get the message? They're free. Plus, get a huge local coverage area and 2 months of free voicemail.
What a great way to keep in touch with friends and family.
But hurry, this party is just about over. It's simple. It's Page Time.
We've had this new set for a little while, and it's got a lot of new bells and whistles, and it's certainly generated a lot of feedback, most of it positive. But there are some people who say they're too intimidated by the space-agey feel of the new set. And I'm like, come on, we're still the same people doing the same show. New set's not going to change anything, at least not with me.
Great, thanks.
Anytime. Oh, yeah, computer.
Yes, Mr. Eisen?
Can you get me the statistics to tonight's Rangers game right away?
Coming right up, Mr. Eisen.
We're back at Edison International Field for the 250 EA Sports Supercross season opener. This is what this massive crowd has been waiting for. Qualifying showed us some strong riding from several riders, but now it's time for the big show. Will Jeremy McGrath, with his new mechanic Skip Norfolk, reestablish his superiority? Let's take a look at the Suzuki starting lineup. A healthy Lusk and Wyndham on his new Suzuki won the qualifying heats, getting the first and second choices for gate position. As we look at the entire field, Pastrana in his first 250 Pro appearance. McGrath, Villeman, and Carmichael, all good starters. It's Roncada's 250 debut and Ferry's first 250 four-stroke race. The board is sideways. Number 1, McGrath, is flanked by Ferry and Ramsey, number 28. The 2001 Supercross season is underway. David Villeman gets the SFX whole shot money, $1,000. McGrath, Roncada, great starts. Lusk is in fourth. Roncada and Jeremy battling for second. Number 934, David Villeman is our leader. He's under siege from McGrath. Jeremy with a good block pass. McGrath now has the lead.
This is Jeremy's house. He is not fooling around out there. Right to the lead. This guy is like a cat. He sees any opening, he's in there.
McGrath incredibly came through 4 riders to take the lead here in the opening lap.
Gets through that rhythm section, beautiful jumps, everything.
McGrath silencing the critics, but here comes Stefan Roncada through the whoop section. Gets a little black pass, but look at how Jeremy slipped it in underneath. Roncada, number 21, his first 250 ride on the Kawasaki for Team Kawasaki.
That surprises me. What a pace that Stefan had to run to stay with Jeremy and make that pass. He prides himself on being able to go through the whoops fast, and that's what did it for him.
No one has really taken this young Frenchman seriously, I don't think, coming into this season. But after winning the 125 crown last year and not choosing to come back to defend it, but go to the 250 ranks, He is now leading the 250 season opener. Ezra Lusk is now putting pressure on Jeremy McGrath in third place. Lusk, who had such a fast time, a 1 minute, 2.9 second time in the qualifying heat, is right there, ready to take advantage.
The big surprise to me, Art, is the fact that Billiman is going backwards. Carmichael has moved around in front of him now.
It's Roncada, McGrath, Lusk, Carmichael, Billiman, and Tim Ferry on the Yamaha four-stroke with Travis Pastrana behind Ferry. Be interesting to see when Travis decides to pick up the action.
He's picking it up right now. He's all over Billiman just behind this battle right here. There you see him get into the picture.
Tries to cut, but he just couldn't quite to get the power off the platform. And here's Ricky Carmichael, number 4, who's ahead of Billiman, right behind Ezra Lusk. We've got some heavyweights in there. And the surprise with Stefan Roncada out in front.
He is not holding things up either. You know, sometimes you get a rider that happens to get a great start. He gets out of the lead, but it's just a freight train behind him because he's not able to run the pace. So far, Roncada has held his own out there, but I just don't see him being able to stay this fast for 20 laps. Jeremy's going to apply way too much pressure.
He won the 125 East Championship in Supercross, lost the 125 National Motocross title at Pastrana in the last race. He had a tremendous year about a 125 last year. Here comes Jeremy McGrath. Great black pass. Roncada now slows down to make an effective black pass on his own as they come over the bar on the finish line jump. Jeremy McGrath powers out in front. Roncada looks behind him to see who's there, and Ezra Lusk is right there.
That's that. I'm telling you, Jeremy is not going to put up with this block passing because what happens, that allows everybody else to catch up. Jeremy does not want to have to deal with Ezra Lusk. He doesn't want to deal with Ricky Carmichael. If he keeps playing this game out front of blocking each other, it's going to slow the pace. He needs to get out of there now.
Ezra Lusk. And then right behind Ezra is Ricky Carmichael.
Carmichael is all over Lusk now.
As we take a look at our leader, or our second place rider, I should say, Stefan Roncada. Billiman started with a hole shot. He's now back to 6th.
And already the lap times dip down into the 102s, the low 102s. Wouldn't be surprised to see a 101 from McGrath out front. This is where he goes the fastest of the entire night. Once he gets the lead, gets settled. He tries to pull away, get himself about a 5 or 6 second lead, then just settle back and ride the pace of everyone else, and they can't catch him.
Boy, that was exciting seeing those two bar to bar with that finish line jump, though. And now Jeremy McGrath, with 16 laps to go, is in a rhythm. Let's take another look. Right here, Jeremy peeks out of the corner of his eye. Roncada sneaks a look to the left.
Roncada didn't quite play the inside of the corner before the finish right. Jeremy was able to go right around him and hold the inside of the next corner. What's happening now is Jeremy's able to pull away because Stefan and Ezra Lusk and Carmichael are having to ride defensive with each other.
Lusk, taking advantage, is now moved into 2nd place, number 11 on the team Honda machine. So injured last year. And he had a great rivalry with Jeremy McGrath the 2 years prior.
And he has run Jeremy down before. Remember Phoenix back in
yes.
98, I think. He's got the ability. He's a fast closer.
And look at there, Roncada's having a battle with Carmichael, and Carmichael makes his move into 3rd. And so it's McGrath, Lusk, Carmichael, Roncada, Pastrana. Look out, Roncada. Your rival in the 125s is coming up.
Hey, to this point, Roncada has done a superb job. We can just stay with these guys. That'll be a great run. He'll get a chance to see what the pace is. When you go out and get a mid-pack start and ride well, but you don't see the leaders, it really doesn't give you any kind of confidence, no gauge at all. But now he knows exactly what he needs to work on.
Have you ever seen Ricky Carmichael more focused, even with the great 125 victories and championships that he put together?
No, the guy is awesome right now. And you know, they talked about him being a little bit overweight. He fixed that. They talked about him not being able to ride fast enough through the whoops. He fixed that. Whatever his disadvantages, whatever his weakness is, he works on it and fixes it. Right now, he's taking it to Jeremy.
Carmichael behind Lusk. The battle's starting to form right now. Travis Pastrana trying to make a move on Roncada, and Billiman with number 5, Mike LaRocco. Billiman, after getting the first hole shot of the year, has faded to 7th place. There doesn't appear to be a problem with his bike. Billiman told us he prepared this offseason knowing that he needed more strength at the race's end. He's a stylish rider. He truly performed well in last year's 250 debut. 4 wins, 12 podiums, almost won the Vance Triple Crown $500,000 payday. But it wasn't enough to catch this guy, Jeremy McGrath, in the points race. After taking the lead in the battle with Roncada, it's been the Jeremy McGrath show tonight. Watch this great champion's technique. He's a master of timing and rhythm. He's in line for his 71st win. His very first Supercross 250 victory was right here in Anaheim, California. Could this be the 9th straight year with a victory for Jeremy?
What I meant to say a moment ago, Carmichael's not taking it to McGrath. That's what he wants to do. Everything he has said he is going to do, he has done so far in his career. He wants McGrath so bad, but he's got to deal with Lusk first.
There you see the interval in the battle for 4th, as Pastrana was able to pick up some time and some space on Stefan Roncada in front of him.
I talked about Lusk being able to ride so fast in the last 5 laps of a main event. Travis Pastrana so far has shown us that he is strong at the end of the race.
EA Sports Supercross. Exciting with 14 laps to go. Jeremy McGrath is our leader. We'll be right back after these words.
In 5 billion years, Earth has never seen anything like it. The Honda Rubicon. 500 cc's of extraordinary power and the most advanced automatic ATV transmission to ever run the planet, the Honda-matic. When you're the best on Earth, Earth is your only competition.
Here we go. Ready.
The Winter X Games presented by Nike. Coverage begins February 2nd on ESPN.
In Anaheim, California, Jeremy McGrath has such a lead. Everybody's looking at 199, Travis Pastrana, because he has just successfully completed a pass on Stefan Roncada. But it's been a tough go.
Well, this was the first pass. He gets into the inside. The crowd goes nuts. Roncada looks over at him. He's not happy about it. And then in the next corner, after the whoops, Roncada gets him back. Oh, no, here's another angle. This is the same pass. Travis takes over the spot, but it didn't last long.
Roncada, just shaking his head, came right back and stuffed him.
They went back and forth several times. It looks like Travis is clear now.
Travis is the kind of guy that doesn't mind contact, though. He kind of really likes that close-in action, doesn't he, David?
Well, he's got the beauty about Travis's situation here is if he's doing really good in the 250 class, he'll stay there. But if things don't go well because of battles like this and he's losing time to the leaders, he has the option of just switching back to the 125E. So right now, this is all just fun for Travis Pastrana.
He does have the desire to win a 125 Supercross title. He told me yesterday he was edged out last year, the 125 East, by 8 points from Roncada. He was 8 points behind the leader. But he really wants to win one of those titles.
LaRocco, as always,
he's got his sights on Roncada, doesn't he? Mike LaRocco chipping away. He won the off-season's FIM Supercross title in Europe. Let's go to Davey Combs.
Tim, I hate to see on the sidelines this early. What happened?
I don't know. I was riding pretty well. My four-stroke got me out front, like towards the front of the pack, and I got a flat tire, and I think maybe I just came down kind of hard, maybe clipped the jump a little bit. I'm not really sure.
Tough way to start the season.
Yeah, same as last year. I broke down last year, but you know, it's a learning experience with the new four-stroke, so we'll take it week by week.
Here's our leader, Jeremy McGrath. He swept the 2 races here at Anaheim last year. He doesn't really have to win an opener to win a title. He's hitting 50% as far as that's concerned. Out of 8 titles, he won the opening race during those 8 title chases 4 times. Mike LaRocco is now chasing Travis Pastrana for 4th place.
Oh, this ought to be good. LaRocco's been around forever. He's one of the veterans. Travis has been around for about, well, 10 laps. This could get good.
Mike LaRocco, 3 decades of racing in 250 action, and you got Travis Pastrana, who has 8 laps to go in his very first 250 professional race. This ought to be interesting. You're right, David.
Well, Travis will not give up. LaRocco will not leave him alone. I have a feeling the way LaRocco's riding right now, he's going to close in on Travis, and we'll see some action before this is over with.
Mike LaRocco, the Amsoil, Dr. Martin's Honda, out of South Bend, Indiana. Last 2 years, he's finished 3rd in the standings. He had 7 podiums last year as we go to Jeremy McGrath.
You know, I talked about him dipping down into the 101s. He's done that. He's maintained that. Lusk has done it behind him, but it's the 101.6. Jeremy's pulling away 1/10 of a second each lap. Starting to break the spirit of Ezra. Ezra's going to be thinking about, you know, 2nd wouldn't be bad. And that's what Jeremy does to people. He just ruins all your hope.
Heat race winner Wyndham back in 8th, but he's closing on Sullivan right now as we take a look at the 7-time champion. Jeremy McGrath has a record. This is his record, 79 consecutive starts. We mentioned earlier he's only missed 1 round in his career in 8 years, and that was because the lights went out in Las Vegas.
The guy's amazing.
So he's able to be there every time the starting gate drops.
Yeah, this guy's like the AC Green of Supercross. He's able to make good decisions. He doesn't take big chances. He recognizes his opportunities to take a chance, and he recognizes opportunities when to back down a little bit. And that's what's kept him healthy all these years.
Jeremy McGrath won his first 250 race ever here in 1993. He's now looking for win number 71. Will he get it when we come back?
Excuse me, I'm searching for a real man.
Perhaps he can be of assistance. He's so radical and extreme.
Surely he's not human.
Hey, Vern, isn't that the guy who stole your wife? What?
EA Sports Supercross. It's in the game.
Look, it's rated E for everyone.
Look, this is a dirty fuel injector. This is a clean one. As you can see, cleaner works better. That's why I use STP fuel injector cleaner in my car. I add STP every time I change my oil. STP, it's basic car maintenance.
A great tradition continues on ESPN2, Friday Night Fights. Join host Max Kellerman and Brian Kenny each week as they bring you the most exciting live fights of today. Friday Night Fights, every Friday night on ESPN2.
EA Sports Supercross is brought to you by Honda, the company that defines performance on 2 wheels, performance first. And by Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and ATVs. And by Speedstay, the presenting sponsor of EA Sports Supercross. Here in our season's opener, number 1, Jeremy McGrath has lapped up to 10th place with 5 laps to go. Some of the action while we were away happened behind Jeremy in the battle for 4th and 5th. As Travis Pastrana and Mike LaRocco were really going at it, number 199, and you see him slipping right there in the live action. But let's take another look at what happened just moments ago.
They're coming into the whoop section, approaching it actually. This is a little timing section. Travis doesn't get through there that good. LaRocco dives to the inside. Travis knew it was going to... He didn't have a chance right there. He took it easy. He tried to retaliate in the next corner, but LaRocco wouldn't have any of it.
Tried to retaliate, got up close to him, and LaRocco rode him high like the veterans do. And Travis had to back off once again. And now LaRocco with a 2-second lead on number 199.
I'm impressed, though. You know, Travis said he was going to be smart, and he has been smart. There have been a couple of chances that he could have taken, and he didn't.
Since he's been full-time in the 250 ranks, Jeremy McGrath has won 56.6% of the races he's entered. And since he's been a full-time 250 rider, he's been on the podium 80% of the time.
Not bad. He's already started to wave to the crowd a little bit, a wheelie right there. Check out Skip. He's not even smiling. He's going, yeah, I know.
White flag.
What'd you expect? I saw him, though, working on the bike earlier today, and he wasn't totally relaxed. You know, he's a little bit nervous getting back into this, as you would expect. But Jeremy, being around him, it just calms you down because the guy's full of so much confidence. Going, hey, what's there to worry about?
But to hear Jeremy talk about the situation, he says, I am so glad I've got Skip Norfolk there. Here's a guy who really helped him through some tough emotional times as a youngster in these very first seasons in competition. The neck for the fans here in Anaheim.
That's a great combination. You know, Randy Lawrence stepped in and had some big shoes to fill. He did a great job, but I don't think that Randy is quite as much of a thinker as Skip Norfolk. Skip's always looking for that advantage. He's real secretive. He's good at keeping Jeremy away from some of the riffraff that exists here in Supercross and around the pits. It's all business, but they got a good mixture of business and pleasure.
Well, Skip told me in the pits earlier. He says, we know which buttons to push on each other at what time.
Yep.
You know, and that becomes out of a great friendship. The checkered flag for Jeremy McGrath wins the season opener here in Anaheim, California for the season of 2001. His 71st win, his 9th straight year with a victory. And Ezra Lusk comes across in 2nd place. Ricky Carmichael holding on to 3rd. A good opener for Ricky Carmichael in 3rd place.
That doesn't surprise me, but seeing Lusk finish that high, that's a good sign. Look at that. We're going to see a lot of that this year, I have a feeling.
There's Jack McGrath on the right, father of Jeremy. They're shaking hands with the crews there at Yamaha, and Skip Norfolk, very happy mechanic to see that first win in the first race.
Well, Jeremy, it's a new team, it's a new look, but it's the same as it ever was here at Anaheim.
Well, yeah, I'm proud to say that we have some great sponsors. You know, Mazda, Yamaha, 1-800-COLLECT, Hot Wheels, No Fear. Everyone that's joined the team this year, you know, with McGrath Racing being a new team, it seems like a lot have changed from the outside, but I still got the great crew. You know, I have Big B's, same driver. I got Larry, who's taking the weight off my shoulders and handling everything from the team, and then I guess Skip 1 for 1 now, huh?
Coming into tonight, there's a lot of talk about the Kevin Windhams, David Billmans, Ricky Carmichaels. Is this your answer?
Does that look like a good answer to you?
Jeremy McGrath answered the question perfectly, gathering his 71st Supercross win, his 100th 250 podium. Catch round 2 of 250 action from San Diego on ESPN2 at noon Eastern on the 20th. Art Ekman for David Bailey, David Kuhn saying thank you for being with us. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more information, log on to ESPN.com.
The sun is shining brightly over the Florida Citrus Bowl in Orlando, where many of college football's finest have gathered one final time to do battle in a special all-star showdown. It may be an all-star game, but as you can see, it's all business. Team USA is led by the Arizona Wildcats acrobatic quarterback Ortiz Jenkins. For defense, they'll rely heavily on the military. That means Navy All-American safety Chris Lepore. Team Florida hopes to counter with a strong arm of Gator quarterback Jesse Palmer and elusive wide receiver Corey Ivy. NFL coaching veterans Lindy Infante and Buddy Ryan will call the shots. We welcome you live to sunny Orlando, Florida.
Everybody, and welcome. I'm Art Ekman along with